everyone, and welcome to another episode of the mini podcast Monday Motivation brought to you by Dominate Your Day. I started Monday Motivation as a space for mini episodes to share inspiring ideas and thoughts for leaders in the workplace. As a former corporate leader, I know what it feels like to need a little boost of inspiration each week. So, in each episode, I will share a topic to motivate and empower you. This month, we've been talking about self development, and today, we are going to be talking about personal branding. And one of the things this is one of my passions is talking about personal branding because it is about developing ourselves and it's hard. And when you think about self development, it's not just a test of our resilience, an opportunity to hone and highlight our expertise and our passions. And when you lean in on your expertise and your hobbies during change, it calls you to be adaptive and innovative. And who better to exemplify this than Taylor Swift, who we've all been hearing about quite a bit this year. Swift's ability to constantly reinvent her music and her brand in the face of industry changes showcases the power of personal branding. Her successful transitions across various music genres and eras demonstrate how staying true to one's core values while adapting to change can enhance one's personal brand. And Taylor says, I love this quote, just be yourself. There is no one better. So I thought it'd be fun today to talk about the 5 ways that Taylor Swift manages her personal brand. Well, number 1, she does it through authentic storytelling. She has mastered the art of connecting with her audience through personal stories and experiences. Her songwriting not only showcases her talent, but also maintains a genuine persona that fans can relate to, allowing her to navigate through changes in her career while staying true to her roots. One way that I recommend people to really get their stories down is, and I did this exercise a while back, but just really write down maybe 3 to 5 stories in your life where you've had pivots and how you got through them. And that becomes a pretty powerful story, number 1. And it helps encourage you as you're unlocking your unique self to come out. And it helps you really create a story that is yours to own and that you can share with others. Whether you're a new leader moving to a new department or you're changing roles or you're starting your own business, this becomes one of the stories you tell. So that's number 1, authentic storytelling. Number 2 is, and you've all seen this with Taylor, is how she engages with fans on social media. So she uses her platforms to directly engage with her fans, and she provides little glimpses into her life and work. This strategy keeps her audience invested in her personal brand even as she evolves. That works for her. What works for Taylor might not work for you, might not work for me, but find things that work for you on social media that help you talk about your life and your hobbies. One thing I love to do is encourage people, once they know their unique strengths and they know their core values, and they know their hobbies that they can write about, they kind of intermix all of that together in a social post. And it's pretty fun to see what comes out and how authentic that is. And that'll help people stay invested with you and get to know you as whether you're a leader or you're an entrepreneur or you're a founder. Help you really get to know yourself. The third thing that Taylor Swift does is she adapts to change. So she's shown this remarkable ability to adapt to change, as we've seen in the music industry. She's transitioned from country to pop and then to indie folk with her recent albums. Each transition is managed carefully to bring her fan base along with her on her journey. So as you're changing, say you're moving from corporate to your own business, how are you going to bring your audience along with you? What are the things you can do as you're launching? And I think it starts early on, just building that personal brand inside your organization. Or it might be that you're moving to another role within the company and your followers within your department are going to be following you as you move to that next role. So think about how you can adapt to change and help people adapt to change as you change. And then number 4, Taylor does a great job of control of her public image. By managing the narrative around her public image, Swift controls how she's perceived by the public and the media. She writes her own songs, she speaks out on issues that matter to her, and she keeps her personal brand consistent and resilient in the face of change. So what are things you can do during change to help you bring your public image out in a way that's true to you no matter what, and that you manage it? You're not letting other people manage your brand. And then philanthropy and advocacy. So because Swift probably has high core values around giving back, her involvement in philanthropy and advocacy for artists' rights and against sexual harassment enhances her personal brand by showing depth beyond her music. This is kind of the inside out approach. Her actions demonstrate a commitment to causes she's passionate about, helping shape public perception, maintaining her relevance and her influence. So think about, what are you passionate about? What are the community challenges? What are the challenges in your community? What are the things that you always want to give back to? What are you passionate about? And how do you write about that and talk about that with your personal brand? In a world that's always changing, our ability to adapt while staying authentic to who we are is what makes our personal brand stand out. So what's one lesson from Taylor Swift that you're going to apply to your personal brand today? I can't wait to hear from you guys if there's any specific lesson you're taking from her. In the meantime, right before we finish, most listeners don't yet follow the podcast. So every additional follower we get helps us to raise the profile of the podcast and bring us more episodes. So if you can do one thing for us today, then please hit the follow button and get updated whenever we put new content live. But if you can do a second thing for us today, could you please share this podcast with a friend? Thanks for listening, and tune in next time.